My Mets, my God. Yoenis Céspedes, who teased us with a home run, a game-winning home run in Game 1 against division rival Braves to put the Mets at 1-0, and seemingly they were going to get to that 32-28 mark, Dave, that I talked about, that magic number that 42 teams are going to end up with. All downhill from there. They've dropped 5 in a row. They took 2 from the Red Sox. They dropped the last 2. They could have won. They had bases loaded in the 8th and the 9th. I think they're batting 160 with runners in scoring position. And then this morning, Yoenis Céspedes, who's been out for a while, as you know, this was his big return year, and it's also his contract year. They go to the team bus is leaving, however it works, from the hotel. Nowhere to be found. They can't find him. I get note of this, and I'm like, well, the old me would have made fun of this. I would say, well, was he attacked by a wild boar? Because he had that actually happen to him, which created one of the many injuries he sustained. Or maybe it was a big, crazy car accident because he has all these Lamborghinis, like Corolla-esque with these cars, fancy cars. So, but I was like, you know what? I've matured. I'm not going to say anything on Twitter until I hear anything. I see people making their jokes. I was like, oh, I would have said that. Oh, that would have been fun. That could have been fun. This could be serious. No, not the case. He up and left. He just took off. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he didn't tell anybody. He left the hotel. What the hell goes on? He's like, he did it like he was mad at the coach or something, like Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears. Like, I'm gone. I'm jumping on my motorcycle. I'm out of here. Please tell me, what kind of behavior do we have to look forward to with these guys?
I was actually thinking about is there a sports movie? Is there a fictional version of something like this happen that the guy just doesn't show up? And of course, Wilford Brimley, we also wake up to the news about him. And I guess Roy Hobbs kind of ghosted, but that's because his long-standing bullet wound opened up on him, so nothing he could do about that. I don't think that happened to Yoenis. No. I just want to say, before any of the baseball implications of it, I do think that he has shown, I don't know if this is good behavior for a professional ball player, but it is for the younger listener out there. This is a great life move. You always hear about the Irish goodbye. I hope that's not politically incorrect to
you want to
attach it to the Irish. This is something I figured out. I used to struggle because you know me, Sal. I'm vain and everything. So I feel like, it's time to leave the party. All right, I better just say goodbye to everybody. But of course, if you start saying your goodbyes, it's going to take 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Much better. Just go. No, what happened to him? It's almost heroic the way you vanish. And maybe that's what Yoenis was up to here. Maybe he feared a sequel of a boar attack if he tried to walk in there. And he's I'm just going to vanish this time.
I see what you're saying, but supposing you were paid $18 million to attend that party, would you feel bad about leaving? Would you maybe tell at least the host or the host's wife or her husband, whoever lives there?
I suppose, but and I am not the first one to point this out, but the greatest trick the devil ever pulled isn't whatever Kaiser Sose said it was. The greatest trick is convincing random Americans to side with billionaires over millionaires. And that's basically the structure of ownership versus player level. And I think that's the second time in 2 weeks I've now invoked that same line. But either way, this thing of like, how dare he do that to the organization? I don't know. The organizations do that all the time to players.
I get it.
Like, hey, come on in here. Close the door, would you?
I guess the fact that I got duped. I went an hour without tweeting about it because I was worried about his well-being. And this is what he did. I guess it doesn't matter if he's going to opt out. He's going to opt out. We're not going to see him whether or not he sits down and writes a 3-page apology or if he just checks out without turning in his room keys. It doesn't really matter. But that's it for the Mets.